Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Anchor Study Time. Now we will discuss about the age of Chaucer part 2, in which we will discuss about some important poets of the age and also some important works. So we will start. Important poets of the Chaucer age. First is William Langland or Langley. His work Piers the Plowman appears in 3 books, which has different length. Book A has 2500 lines, Book B has more than 7200 lines, and Book C has more than 7300 lines. In this book, Piers is a character who depicts the goodness and good quality of human beings. John Barber, he is also a poet. He is the first of Scottish poets to claim our attention. His great work is his Bruce, which is written in 1374. A lengthy poem, the work is history of Scotland's struggle for freedom from year 1286 till the death of Bruce. Bruce is a important character of the work. John Gower, he is one of the major court poets of 14th century and friend of Geoffrey Chaucer. His first work, Speculum Homines or Speculum Meditatis, French work, which is written in 1376 to 1379, it depicts the contemporary English society. Vox Clementis is most important work by John Grover, the voice of one crying out, is a Latin poem of around 10,000 lines in elegiac verse. It recounts the events and tragedy of 1381 peasants rising. It takes aim at the corruption of society and laments the rising of evil. Gower takes an entirely aristocratic side in the poem. Gower's earlier mirror one Ohm had proposed the metaphor of the microcosm. Man is within himself a miniature. The theme of his last work he carried on in Vox Clementis. The poem is an important account of life under Richard II in London and effects of the peasants' revolt. In this work, Gower takes side of the aristocratic. Next, Confessio Amantis, the lover confession, is an 33,000 lines Middle English poem which used the confession made by an aging lover to chaplain of Venus as a frame story for a collection of shorter narrative poems. According to its prologue, it was composed at the request of Richard II, according to John Grover himself. Lovers wanders through a forest in May, a medieval typical do and despair, a lack of success. He invokes the Venus and Cupid, who prompted and demand to know the reason for his sorrow. लवर्स है जो कि जंगल में घूमता रहता है, मई का टाइम है उसमें. This broadly follows the pattern of a Christian confession of time. Genius leads men through the 7 deadly sins, interpreting them in the context of the courtly love tradition. The design is that each book of the poem shall be devoted to one sin, and the first 6 books follow the traditional order for the 6 sins: pride, envy, wrath, sloth, avarice and gluttony. जो क्रिश्चियन फेथ है उसके अकॉर्डिंग 6 sin है, उनको फॉलो करते हैं ट्रेडिशन को. बट नेक्स्ट at the end of the book 6th, Amens requests the genius give him a break from the confession and teach him wisdom instead, and genius responds in book 7 by discouraging at length on the education given by Aristotle to Alexander the Great. बट 7th पोइम में जो उसका ट्रेडिशनल वे है उसको ब्रेक करके वो मूव होते हैं 7th sin की तरफ, जो कि अलग है. In the book 8, that he tells about the final sin, lechery. This is the longest and best novel story in the Confessio, namely the Apollonius of Tyre. Apollonius Tyre is most important and most longest story in the book. Now we will discuss about prose writers. Sir John Mandeville. He is an English prose writer of the Middle Ages. His best known book is The Travels of Sir John Mandeville, which recounts the many important facts of the age and which is used by many historians. This is the most popular of medieval text written in approximately 1340 to 1350, originally in Norman French, that was translated into English, Latin, and European languages. It is an account of Sir John Mandeville's 30 years odyssey throughout Europe, Africa, and Far East and Arabia. It was the major source of the geographical information. Lencho Leonardo da Vinci and Christopher Columbus are believed to have relied on the book. Central focus and the theme of the book is religion. In it, Jerusalem is shown as the center of the world. The narrator reminds the Christian audience to their rightful claim on the Holy Land and their moral degradation. The narrator also shows his interest in wildlife and animals. इसमें जेरूसलम को सेंटर बताया गया है वर्ल्ड का. Sir Thomas Malory. His famous work is the Maud Arthur was composed as late as the ninth year of the reign of King Edward the First, 1469. Malory is contained in the preface of कैक्सटन द फर्स्ट प्रिंटेड बुक. कैक्सटन के अकॉर्डिंग ये फर्स्ट प्रिंटेड बुक है जो कि 1469 में प्रिंट हुई थी. ये सर थॉमस मोलरी के द्वारा लिखी गई उनका फेमस वर्क है. थैंक यू गाइज. हम चौसर के बारे में नेक्स्ट वीडियो में करेंगे. प्लीज़ लाइक माई वीडियो एंड सब्सक्राइब माई चैनल. ऑल्सो कमेंट. थैंक यू.